Hi, this is Frances Dack with Rancho Cordova Arts, coming to you from my sewing room. I'm here to talk to you today about a quick free motion quilting technique. I have here the D that I showed you in another video on fabric collage. I have my backing, which I taped to my table. Right now it's not taped anymore because I picked up the tape, but I taped it to my table. All right. I laid down the batting, which is the soft part in the middle. Then I put the quilt top, which is the part that I was working on in the video on fabric collage. And then because there were some loose things that edges that I hadn't glued down, I'm using the tulle over that. And then you see the pins. This is called pin basting, all right? You start from the center and you go out. Notice this pin is pinned in that direction. This pin is pinned in that direction. So I'm always pinning going out from the middle because your fabric moves a little bit, as it scooches. So this way it's always scooching out so that you don't get bubbles in the middle. Okay, and then I think I have one more pin I want to pin in there over here. And then it is pinned and ready to go to the machine for quilting. Because I want to do a really quick method on here, and because I like to let the fabric speak to me, I've decided I'm going to do in the yellow zigzag. I'm going to quilt in there, and I'm going to do a kind of a round, and then a little bit of a wiggle and a big around. And then, so I'm going to, let's see, you can see it over here because there's a full stripe. I'm going to go around a little bit, a big, a little bit, a big swirl, a little bit, a big swirl. But you can see that I'm going to run into these places where I can't see the yellow zigzag. So I'm just going to have to eyeball it. And first of all, I always do a practice piece. So here's a practice piece that I layered up, same as I just showed you. And I I ironed on this lion that's been sitting around waiting for me to iron onto something for years and years. So this is his day. And then I practiced. I did a little wiggle and a big one around the bend, a little bit, and a big one around the bend, a little bit, and a big one around the bend. And that's the way I'm going to go. And you can tell that it's not perfect, but I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to look like I did it, and I'm not sure I could make it a really regular, it's not going to look like a program stitch. And when I get into the lion, I'm trying to follow along with what I've had before, but I get off a little bit. And here I got off kind of a lot, but I think I like that I left the eye kind of open. And this free motion all over design is the quick method, unlike what I have done in this spiral that I've shown you before. Here I'm still letting the fabric speak to me, but let's see if I can get it so you can see it good. But I'm following the flower here, but it's a lot more detail that I'm putting in, okay? I'm really following it, all right? You can see all the leaves. I've really followed the leaves and outlined them, all right? Okay, so now we are going to go over to the sewing machine. All right, like this. There's my front yard on the way to the sewing machine. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, sorry. First of all, I want to show you that I have how I set up my sewing machine. Okay. First of all, I need to, when you're free motion quilting, you need to drop your feed dogs. So I set that there. I'm going to set the stitch that I want. it tells me what foot to put on. And okay, we got interrupted there slightly, but sorry about that. So here is the presser foot, and oops, I don't need that down, I need that up. All right. Okay, I want to start where I've got a good zigzag that I can see. Usually you start in the middle, but this is a really small piece and I need to be able to see my zigzag. Okay, let's see. I'm putting on these gloves. They have just a little bit of grip on them so that my hands don't slide. You don't absolutely have to have those, but it's kind of nice. Once I get used to some little gadget, then I have a hard time doing whatever that gadget is for without it. Okay. All right. So now that I have my feed dogs down, meaning that I'm going to move my fabric instead of the machine moving the fabric. All right. And I'm just going to get started. I put my hands around my area and I get going. A few little stitches in place. I'm going to big around, a big around there, a big around, a little, a big, a little, a big. Oh, I just went straight into a big. There's a big. Oh, whoops, I missed the big on that one. My pin is going to be in the way, so I got to take it out. Okay, and then I'm to the end. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to stitch straight down to the next one on the end here. And I think I can do, notice how I'm kind of rolling up my fabric here. That's so that, hope I don't get a crease in there. Okay. So that it doesn't drag. I don't want the fabric to drag. Okay, now I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to have to move it over here. Hopefully you're going to be able to see. Okay, this will work. Around, little, big, around, big, little. Now I really need to follow what I had beside it. And I got a pin in the way, so I got to take it out. Come on, pin. There we go. Alrighty, that looks like that's a big place. And then I'm going to go out here and do a big. And here's a big. There, now I'm into one I can see. When you're free motion quilting, you need to have the speed, generally the speed go fast, the speed of your needle, and then you can match it with the speed of the movement of the fabric. Going down the edge a little bit so that I can get to my next spiral. Okay, and put my pressure foot back down, and here we go. There's a big one, there's one, and here's a tip. I'm really having to fake it here. And I'm trying to follow along. Oh, there's that pin again. They do get in the way, but they really hold it together until you're there, so you have to have them. Okay, now I can go on to the next one. And I think I will finish it up and then show you what it looks like. Okay, so here it is. I've done my quick quilting. It only took me, I don't know, maybe another 15 minutes or so. And I'm gonna do a really quick binding on this one too, which I'm not gonna show you, but I will post it later. It's gonna be a wraparound basically I'm gonna take my batting and I'm gonna fold it over and just stitch it down kind of like that. And you can see what I've done. And then I wanted to show you one more thing. I talked to you about labels, and this is the label that I've done for this one, and it has a lot of information on it. D is the title, by myself in May of 2020. It's made for a virtual sign that's going to say everybody's got a right to live, and it's made for the Poor People's Campaign. And that's going to be online at the Poor People's Campaign, I think on the 20th or the 25th of May. Anyway, I hope to see, like I said, I'm going to post, when I actually get this bound, I will post the total thing all completed. And I look forward to seeing what you're up to and what you're doing, whatever form of art you're doing. Put up a picture on Rancho Cordova Arts Facebook page. Thanks. Bye.